Hey guys, this is Joel from the Fincastle Pokemon Gym, and we are hitting that stretch where rotation is about to happen, but isn't in effect yet, which is kind of a dead zone for new deck material. Now, I've been working on post-rotation lists for the stuff that I like to play, which means I've halted my work on anything that relies on G format cards at this point. I don't want to do just post-rotation stuff yet. That will come soon enough. I've thought about doing a video that was just a deck list dump of everything interesting that I've built that I have not brought to video, but that sounds like that would be a bit of a mess. So I've got a quick one today on a deck that a viewer requested a little while back, and this one is completely post-rotation. I've changed it to that now, and that is my Team Rocket's Nidoking EX deck. The Nidoking EX is a Stage 2, 330 HP Dark type with no ability, 2 attacks, weakness to fighting, and a hefty 3 energy retreat cost. Now the first attack, called Tainted Horn, does 100 damage for 3 energy, and it poisons the defending Pokemon, and it changes the effect of poison to take 8 damage counters at checkup, or in between turns, instead of the usual 1 damage counter. And the second attack is pretty simple, it's just called Kingly Impact. For 1 more energy, a total of 4, it does 240 damage, and that's it. You'll see more clearly in a moment how when we get to the list, but I boost both attacks with the Poison Machine of Featurun EX, the Binding Mochi Tool, and the Perilous Jungle Stadium. I would factor in all of that. That makes Tainted Horn hit for a base damage of 140 instead of 100. And then that Stadium adds 2 more poison damage counters to the already existing 8 damage counters, which all in all gets you to 240 damage. Now the Featurun EX and Mochi boost Kingly Impact to 280 damage from the base 240, but the attack doesn't add the poison to your opponent, so that tops out there unfortunately. The 280 is still not bad. Now these attack stats are basic EX numbers, which would be great on any basic EX, but unfortunately they are hampered by 1 too many energy in that energy cost department, which I don't quite get. It doesn't make sense to make the attacks harder to use on a Stage 2, which is harder to get to, but that is what they did with this one, and probably why you don't see him played much. But as you can see, that has not stopped me. As I bring up the list, I'll point out that I have been messing with this one for a while, and most of the builds turned out to be more of a Nidoqueen build, but they were clunky beyond belief and really inconsistent. And this one is not without clunks of its own, but after a lot of testing, this is the most consistent of my builds, so there's no Nidoqueen in this at all. Now with the 4-3-3 line of the King, the idea is to rare candy to a quick Nidoking and build to the others as you fight with the first one. Now I've got 2 Featurun EX. I play 2 so that at first I don't prize him, and second because everybody seems to chase one early and I like to be able to replace him on the field at will. There is 1 Monkey Dory, and just like my Mega Gengar EX list from the previous video, his main purpose is to move that extra 30 damage over, and that can boost that 240 from the first or 280 from the second attack and get you a little bit better numbers on both of those. And because of the high energy cost of the Nidoking EX, you can get behind on energy attachments pretty quickly. So I've got a Blood Moon Ursaluna EX to fall back on if you have to. Now the item list is almost identical to that Gengar list from the previous video. You can see I've swapped the nest balls out for the new Pokepad, and because this is a heavy supporter deck, I went with the Secret Box Ace Spec. Now speaking of the supporters, I really like the Dawn and Hilda combo I've got in here, and this and other evolution decks that I've been playing with. Hilda is great because it allows you to search out that Team Rocket's energy, and I play 3 Janine in here because with that Team Rocket's energy, you can play Janine, get an attachment, and attach that Rocket's energy from your hand and power a Nidoking in 1 turn. I went with a higher count of Boss, got 3 in here because it is likely that you will have to catch something that retreated to finish it off for a knockout at some point, but also because the King is great at taking out support EXs for easy prizes. And you can see at the bottom there are the 2 Perilous Jungles that add that extra poison damage, which is also searchable with the Secret Box Ace Spec. And that's about it. This is as straightforward of a way to play this big fella as I can come up with. He can trade blows with anything, and if it's a big one-hit deck like Goldingo or Raging Bolt, you're going to have your work cut out for you. But if you get good with this, you might surprise some people. Let's take a quick look at the King in motion. This first game is against Mega Kangaskhan with the Mega EX. He's playing Logan. We actually played a couple games. I think he just beat me the game before this, so I went first on this one. You can see this is still the unupdated version. Played Nest Ball to get out a Nidoran. I'm going to attach a Mochi there. And then pass to him. He'll get down a couple Yanma, not Yanmega yet. Back to me. I get Peacherunt down. Play another Nest Ball. These would just be the Pokepads in the new version. Get down another Nidoran. I'll attach a Dark Energy to the Nidoran with the Team Rockets on. And then Lily for 8. Yeah, I just want to get one Nidoran down as I want to leave space. Probably for that Monkey Dory. Evolve to Nidorino. And then we'll try Mesa Goza. I actually get a heads on that, which is nice. That's why I don't ever play that stadium. I can never get heads on when I use it, but I guess off of somebody else's version I can still get one. Get that monkey down, and then I am going to use Peacherunt to just swap in one of the basic Nidoran in case I have to sacrifice it. And that definitely happens on this turn. You can see Logan is going to retreat his Pheasantipede for Yanmega, and that Buzzing Boost is going to let him attach 3 energies from his deck, which is a pretty crazy ability. That only happens when it comes from the bench to the active spot on that turn, and then he hits me for Jet Cyclone for 210 and moves 3 of those energies down. So just cycles those guys to another Yanmega, takes a knockout. On my turn, I'm going to evolve to my first Nidoking. Rare Candy to the fancy Nidoking. And because the Yanmega is at 280, I'm going to attach to the Nidoking that already has all the energy on it. I'm going to have to be able to do 280 to one hit that Yanmega. Got another heads off of Mesa Goza. Want to get the Blood Moon Ursaluna down. It's kind of a good distraction target. Probably the biggest misplay of the game that I made is I attached that energy from my hand to that Nidoking. And that meant on Janine's here that I had to attach to Peacherunt. I didn't have to, but I could have gotten an energy down on Monkey Dory if I had done that properly. Sort of a learning lesson there. We'll use Peacherunt to swap into the Nidoking, activate that Mochi, and hit him for 280 exactly. Take out that first Yanmega, and off those first 2 prizes, get that secret box, which is important. Comes up with his second Yanmega and caught my Peacherunt. I mentioned that earlier, talking about the deck, as people do like to chase that. It's an easy target. It's pretty important in the way this deck functions. So he takes the lead back. I'm going to secret box away a couple Ultra Balls and a Nidorino, and I'm going to get Light Stretcher, Mochi, Stadium, and then a Boss. And we'll start to get some of these guys into play. We'll get the Mochi down on these fancy Nidoking. I'm going to use that stretcher to just go ahead and get this. Thinking about grabbing the energy. I don't have any more in the deck, but I need that Peacherunt more this turn. And we'll use Hilda to get another Nidoking out. More importantly, to get that Team Rocket's energy and attach it to the fresh Nidoking. Bench that Peacherunt, get my Stadium back in play. We'll use Pheasantipede, flip the script, and draw 3 there. No point in playing either of those cards because I can't use them. No more energy left. We'll swap back in the damage Nidoking with Peacherunt because we have to hit that 280 again. Take out that second Yanmega and retake the lead. You can see he Iono'd away my large hand and came up with the Kangaskhan and unfortunately flipped a Tails on his first attack, so it only did 200 to me. Back on my turn, and I'll play that Lilies. Unfortunately, I did get a Lilies off the Iono. So it kind of negated the situation he put me in there with my hand. I'm going to send up the fresh Nidoking, at least make him have to chase down that other damage one to knock it out or get a bunch of coin flips. With those Bouffalon on the bench, I only do 80 damage, but then I get another 100 off the poison. On his turn, he bossed my Peacherunt up and swapped out his Mega Kangaskhan. to get rid of poison on everybody. And with that boss, pulled up that Peacherunt, trying to negate that poison advantage that I have in this deck. And only flipped tails on this first coin flip, so only did 200, but still took out the Peacherunt, got to 1 prize. I already had another Peacherunt in my hand. That's all I need just to activate the Binding Mochi on the already damaged Nidoking EX. And even with the reductions, the Mochi bumps it back up, and I do 220, which is enough to take out this Mega Kangaskhan. And it's only had 2 prizes left. That would have got me 3 if I had to. So pretty good back and forth. So I'm going to stop there on the games because, unfortunately, the other night when I was playing the updated version of Nidoking EX, I either did not hit record or threw away the wrong files, which is getting pretty easy to do, as while I record this, Randy and I are also editing our Dim Sum podcast. But either way, those games currently don't exist, and I don't know exactly what happened to them, but I will testify that this post-rotation version plays better than the previous one did. It is only a few minimal changes to just a couple of cards, but that older version, just like my Mega Gengar EX deck, only played 1 boss. This current list has 3, which makes a very noticeable difference. I think that was probably what was missing in the Gengar one as well. So if you are a fan of the Team Rocket set, or just like those Toho monsters looking Nidoking EX like I do, I think this is a very playable deck for you. I have a lot of fun playing it, and I hope you will too. And if you like good movies and anime, please go check out my Appalachian Dim Sum podcast, where my co-host Randy and I hang out and talk about all the stuff we like, review new stuff, and even cook a little now and then. And any support you can give to helping this channel grow is always appreciated as well. I've got a different idea for my next video that I think you will all enjoy, so be sure to drop in and check that out. That's every other Monday around 7 p.m.-ish Eastern Time. So until next time, be not afraid. Later.